Now let's have a look how you can work with the sum function. Now this is the monthly budget example that we have been using from our previous videos, and you can see that we already have a row total and column total over here, right? So if we double click on these formulas, you will see that we use cell references like B4 plus B5, B6, B7, and B8, and similarly for row totals as well. But imagine if you have like thousands of records, then I don't think this would be the right way to go. So in order to save time, we'll use a sum function where we can just provide a range and get our sum. So to be able to do that, let me just select this row and press Ctrl on my keyboard and select these columns as well, and just click on delete. Now you will notice that the percentage value, so right now you can see that there is some error at the percentage column, because to be able to have some calculations over here, it depends on the value of the E column. So you can just ignore it for now because there is no value, so it's giving us a division by zero error. So in order to do calculation of the January month, what we can do is go to the formulas, and I know that many of you would be using the auto sum function or the shortcut keys on your keyboard, but remember, we are also trying to do these videos for beginners, and we are trying to build up some concepts over here, right? So just imagine that you're not aware of anything and you're trying to find a particular function for yourself. So what you are going to do is going to go to formulas tab, and then over here there are various books, right? And over here I see functions which are related to math and trigonometry. So obviously sum is a math function, so let's just go over here and try to search for the sum function. If you scroll down, then you will see that there is a sum function available over here, right? And if you click on this, it will take you to the functions arguments window that we discussed in our last video. And one of the automations that you will see is that it has already taken the range which is above this cell, right? Now, depending upon the version of Excel that you're using, you might not, if it's an older version, you might not get this kind of automation. This is the latest version, so there are many changes. So just imagine, okay, it does not do any automation. Let me just delete this over here, right? So it's asking for arguments, and you can see more information over here of what kind of arguments you need. In this case, we need to specify the range. So instead of typing over here, what I can do is I can go to my January column and specify the range, right? And then it automatically picks up the range from P4 to P8. And it also gives me a preview of what the sum would look like, right? And if you need, you can go for more information if you need help for this particular function. All you need to do is just click on OK, and your sum is available over here. Similarly, you can do this for total function. And this time, instead of going to the maths and trigonometry, you can click on this insert function called fx. So it does the same thing. From here you can also find the sum function, and instead of going to the maths and trigonometry, I can go to most recently used, and it shows me the sum function. And if I double click on it, you can see that it has automatically taken the range. If you want, you can select the range as well, but I will just click on OK, right? And it gives me the sum. So you can imagine that instead of using cell references, if you use functions, it gives you much more flexibility and saves a lot of time. And if you want to copy this, you can either Control C on this and then Control V to paste it over here, and you will see that it has used the same formula with different cell reference range, right? Or you can just left click on this, select it, and then drag it over here, and it will do the same thing as copy and paste. Similarly, I can do for the row sums as well. And if I take that, it will calculate all the sums. And as you can see, the percentage, we already had a formula over here to calculate the percentage. So now since the values are here, it's calculating the percentages as well. So why don't you go ahead and try this sum function and see how you can use the sum function and try to provide the parameters and try to use it. And stay tuned for our next video.